In this tutorial I will show you how to do a long-armed cross stitch. This technique was very popular in the 18th century, 17th and 18th century, and lots of antique samplers, especially those in Europe, show this wonderful technique. We are going to start just as we would any normal cross stitch. I will do the first half leg just as you would normally do, and we will be working on the back in back stitches, so all the lines will be worked horizontally. So first we will do from the bottom left to the top right, and we're working over 2 threads on linen. This works also on Aida fabric, by the way. And then we go 2 to the left and we come back up again. And now we go 2 to the right and 2 down, and we make a regular cross stitch. So far so good. Now it gets a little bit interesting, because instead of just starting your next half cross where you would normally start your next half cross, we are going back to point A, exactly where we started, just in that hole there, and we're bringing the needle back up again. And now we are going to travel 4 threads to the right, 2 threads up, and we go down, and we have one very long leg, hence the name long-legged cross stitch. And now we go 2 to the left, bring our needle back up again, and we finish this cross by going 2 to the right and 2 down, just like that. I will show it one more time. So we go 2 to the left to that starting point, bring our needle up, count 4 linen threads to the right and 2 linen threads up. If you're working on Aida fabric, you would just count 2 threads up and 1 thread, sorry, 2 threads to the right and 1 thread up. And then again 2 to the left and finish that off again. The wonderful thing about this technique is that you can also sew on your crosses, so you don't have to go down and back up again constantly. You can just keep your thread constantly at the front of your fabric. So what you would be doing here is you go the long arm here, and you immediately bring the needle back up again. So you just go 2 up, 4 to the right, and then you bring your needle in, and then you just go 2 to the left and bring your needle back up again. So we just do like that, pull through, and we have this bit here. Next we go 2 to the right, 2 down, and then we just go 2 to the left and come back up again, just like that. And then the next one, just like that, and we just sew on our crosses. And when you work in hand, this is a little bit easier to do anyway. And then when you have reached the end of the line, you just go like this. So this is the last one, and then that very last one, you go, instead of doing that long arm, you just finish it by just doing that little leg there. And there you have it. And then on the back, your stitching looks just like that. 2 little rows of horizontal back stitches. That's it. This technique also works wonderfully to do it vertically. So let's start by doing exactly that. We're going to start again just like that, and stitch again, back like that. And now we are where we started, but we're going up 4 and 2 to the right. And then we just do this exact same thing again, 2 to the left. And next we go 2 to the right, 2 down, and we bring the needle back up again. There, just like that. And you just continue your stitching just like this, by constantly picking up just a few stitches. Basically you go 2 down, 4 up, 2 down, 4 up. And then once you've reached the end of that line, just like we did earlier, you finish it by just going down like this. And there you have it. A really lovely looking braided stitch. I will zoom in a little bit more so you can see it just a little bit better. That is what we have created. And when you work rows next to each other, it gives a wonderful new texture to your stitching, which is very interesting and adds just a special texture to your embroidery. And on the back you can see here that we have created little rows of back stitches horizontally. The reason that a lot of stitchers liked to stitch horizontal rows was that it is very easy to do your sewing. It's a very common technique to stitch everything sewn by hand, and when you work these rows all like this, the back creates a really nice horizontal line effect, but it just works really well for the sewing technique, and that was something that was very popular in countries such as the Netherlands, where we see that a lot on embroidery. Frames and hoops were not really used a lot, so this technique made total sense to be used in this way, as I have just shown it here. I hope this video has helped you, and that you will try this technique in your own work. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you for future tutorials and floss tube videos. Take care, have a great day, bye bye.